Welcome, everyone, to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. Today we're looking at something really fascinating. We're going to see how a single, deceptively simple sheet of paper can literally outmaneuver millions of dollars of poorly implemented security software. It's wild. We're unpacking a remarkably concise document simply titled the New Memo. And while it's brief, it packs a serious punch. It contains a comprehensive three-pillar cybersecurity strategy that honestly every modern organization absolutely needs to understand. So, our core focus today is this new memo. And the great thing is, it doesn't bog you down with hundreds of pages of dense text. Instead, think of it as a highly efficient, powerful strategic launchpad. It actually provides three very specific embedded links that point to distinct but totally critical pieces of official cybersecurity guidance. It's essentially a roadmap hiding right there in plain sight. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our agenda. First up, a new security blueprint. Second, official risk management guidance. Third, web security testing methodology. Fourth, cyber training and exercises. And finally, a unified defense strategy. Starting off with Section 1, a new security blueprint. True security, it isn't just buying one magical software tool. It's actually a modular combination of solid planning, rigorous testing, and crucially, human readiness. Let's move to Section 2, Official Risk Management Guidance, and see how this builds. This first link from the memo directs us straight to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, and their cyber framework. Think of this as the foundational blueprint of your digital house. This is the stage where an organization sits down and establishes its hard rules, like, defining strict asset inventories and mapping out sensitive data flows. You're formally documenting your unique risks here. It's all about knowing exactly what you have and exactly what threats you're actually facing. Because, there's a fundamental, inescapable logic in cybersecurity. You literally cannot possibly defend what you haven't yet mapped out and documented, right? If you don't know where your sensitive data lives or what your specific compliance requirements are, you're flying blind. Documenting risk is essentially how you turn the lights on. All right, Section 3, Web Security Testing Methodology. Now, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast between these first two concepts. On one side, risk management is documentation and planning. It's highly necessary, sure, but ultimately it's passive. It lives on paper. On the other side, web security testing is active probing and validation. This is where you take those rules you just so carefully documented and you actively put them under intense pressure. You want to see if they actually hold up. And that second link in the memo takes us right into the OWASP guidelines. If the first step was drafting the architectural blueprint, this step is the rigorous stress test. It's specifically designed to ensure that your initial architecture survives when it's exposed to real-world threats. We're talking things like SQL injections or broken access controls. Basically, we're validating that the blueprint holds firm in a live web environment. Chronologically, the flow here is just flawless. Step 1, document risk. Step 2, test security. First, we manage the risk on paper, so we clearly know our vulnerabilities. And then, we actively test the security in practice. We literally try to break our own systems to validate our defenses, well before a bad actor gets the chance to do it for us. Moving on to Section 4, Cyber Training and Exercises. This third link focuses purely on CISA's human-centric security guidance. So the crucial point is this. The absolute best blueprints in the world, and even the most aggressive, cutting-edge technical stress tests, they're completely useless if the human team operating those controls is unprepared. Whether it's running a high-stakes red team simulation or just conducting an executive tabletop exercise, remember that technology doesn't respond to a crisis. People do. Which completes our pipeline. Step 1, document risk. Step 2, test security. And now, Step 3, train teams. By introducing these live training exercises, you're essentially conducting the ultimate fire drill. This final step perfectly aligns your advanced technology with human reflexes. It ensures that when those alarm bells inevitably ring, your team operates on rapid muscle memory rather than, sheer panic. Which brings us to Section 5, a unified defense strategy. And this brilliantly illustrates the true genius of the new memo. It really isn't just some random list of links. It perfectly balances three totally distinct domains of official guidance into one cohesive, impenetrable strategy. From our NIST link, we get risk management, which is our blueprint. From the OWASP link, we get testing methodology, the stress test. And from the CISA link, we get training exercises, the fire drill. It's a complete ecosystem of defense. So the core takeaway is crystal clear here, and it requires total harmony. You establish the rules, you probe the defenses, you prepare the human element, manage the risk, test the security, train the team. It is a continuous, repeating cycle of improvement. Which leaves us with this final, kind of provocative thought to consider. Is your organization practicing all three? Because a beautifully written blueprint without active testing, well, that's just a theory. And testing your systems without training your people just means you're going to know exactly how you failed when a crisis hits. I challenge you to critically evaluate your own organizational security against the holistic standard set by this deceptively simple new memo. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helps you build a smarter, more resilient defense.